So junior doctors and consultant doctors here in England have been striking almost on a monthly basis this year. The simple reason that doctors here in the UK are just simply not paid enough. So in this video, I'll be breaking down exactly how much I'm currently earning as a second year doctor or an FY2, and we'll be comparing this to how much I earned as a first year doctor here in England after graduating from medical school. What is going on, guys? My name is Kenji. Welcome back to my channel. Hopefully it's not the first time you're watching one of my videos, but just in case it is, I'm a doctor working here in London. And as I mentioned, I'm in my second year now of working as a doctor after graduating from medical school. Why am I actually making this video? The main reason is for transparency. So I think there is a huge amount of value and benefits as well in knowing how much people earn in different areas and in different fields. A lot of you guys who watch my channel are anywhere from the age of 14 up until 30 years old. So if you're in your earlier years of your career, or even in your later years of your career, or deciding what you want to study, I think there's so much value in actually seeing how much you earn as a junior doctor. When I was first thinking about going to medical school when I was around 14 or 15 years old, I thought that doctors actually earn a huge amount of money, and it seems to be the general sort of public consensus that doctors earn a lot of money, and I wish that was true, but unfortunately it simply isn't. So let's actually jump in to see exactly how much I'm earning now as a second year doctor. As I mentioned before, I spent 5 years in medical school in King's College London. The majority of medical students now actually spend 6 years in university. I spent 5 years because I chose not to intercalate, but usually the majority of medical students have 6 years of time in medical school, which is a huge amount of time. So let's go ahead and actually look at the numbers here. All right, so this is my actual payslip that I received back in August. As you can see here at the top, my name is Dr. Kenji Tamita. I was supposed to be in emergency medicine. I'm actually not in emergency medicine. It still says that because the hospital think I'm in emergency medicine, but I'm actually in psychiatry right now. As you can see here, I'm a foundation year 2 doctor, like I said, and I'm normally supposed to be working a 40-hour week. That is not actually how much I work. I work more hours than 40 hours a week, but this is just the sort of basic salary of a 40-hour week. My actual salary for the entire year is £34,000, but it actually ends up being a bit higher than what we can see here. Now, the reason being is that, as I said, I don't work a standard 40-hour week. When you're a doctor, normally you're on call, which means you work out of hour shifts, you work weekends, you work nights, and all of these give you an extra bit of pay or enhanced pay rate, which means that you actually work more than 40 hours a week, and some of those hours are at a higher pay rate. So as you'll see down below, my actual monthly income is higher than what says up here, basically. But let's actually break down what it says on my actual payslip, because it's quite confusing, especially if you're in medical school. You may not necessarily be familiar to this, or maybe you're new to work as a doctor. Let's actually break that down. So first off, first line here, basic pay. They actually took away £157 for the strike action. So as I mentioned, we have junior doctor strikes currently. Because I did strike, they took away £157 from my paycheck. That's fine. Next part is my rate. So my rate is how much I actually earn per hour. So surprisingly, doctors at my level only earn £16.30 per hour. Absolutely ridiculous if you ask me. What you can see over here as well is that I worked 168 hours in a normal working month. So just above 40 hours per week. And that comes out to a total of £2,742. So at the basic rate of £16.30, with the number of hours I worked, it's £2,742. However, I do get some more money in addition to that, which you'll see here. So I do get the London fringe bonus. Essentially what that means is that if you work in London or around London, you do get a bit of more money per year to actually match the costs of living in or around London. I don't get the full amount because I'm not actually based in central London. I'm based on the outskirts of London. So I only get about £11 per month, which works out to be, I don't know, £130 per year. But that's how much I get. If you do actually work in central London or in the central London area, then normally I think it's around £3,000 per year as a bonus. As well as that, I also get an extra amount of money. As I said, I do work additional hours because I'm on call and things like that. So the additional rostered hours is £15. So in addition to my normal 40-hour work week, in that given month, I worked an extra 15 hours or nearly 16 hours. And if we times that by the rate of £16.30 per hour, that's an extra £257. So as I said, these are the extra hours you work when you're on call, when you work evening shifts, things like that. Those are the extra hours above your normal 9-to-5 job. In addition to that, you also get night duty. So as an F1 doctor during my first year of graduation, I didn't work any nights at all. But now that I'm a senior house officer or working as an F2 doctor, I do have to do night shifts. Unfortunately, I'm actually going to be on a night shift tonight, and I get an extra 37% on top of that for the night duty hours that I work. So in a given month, I work 82 hours apparently for night shifts. So that works out to be like, I don't know what, 5 night shifts, 7 night shifts roughly in the total month. Again, at £16.30 per hour, but it's actually higher than that because it's an extra 37% on top of that £16.30 that you get for working nights. That works out to £494.75 for those given night shifts. So as well as working night shifts as a doctor, I also have to work weekends. So on my current rotation of psychiatry, I have to work 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 weekends. It's not exactly exact, it's 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 weekends. And because of that, I get an extra £205 on top of that. So if we add all of that up, we get a total of £3,553.76, as you can see here. But that is not the end of it. They also take a huge amount of money from me, as we'll see in a second. So on the right hand side here, we have my deductions. So this is how much they take from my pay. Starting off with PAYE. So here in the UK, that is pay as you earn. That's essentially the tax you pay. Because I earn less than £50,000 a year from my job, I actually get taxed at a 20% tax rate. So the amount of tax I pay per month is £500. So that's the first thing. The second deduction they also take is national insurance. If you're not from the UK, that's essentially what you pay for social care. So for the NHS and things like that, they take £71 a month from me. And lastly, my student loan. So because I went to university for actually 8 years in total, I did 5 years in medical school and I also did 3 years of a biomedical science degree. I have a big student loan and they take £320 per month from me for my student loan. And again, that's a significant amount. It is a bit higher than it would be for a normal person just working as a doctor. The reason I believe they take a lot more from me is because I also do extra work on the side as a locum doctor. So my monthly salary is higher than a normal doctor working one job. Because I have that extra job, they do take more money from me in terms of my student loans. So don't worry if you're only going to be working as a normal doctor with one job. The total amount they actually take from my bank account is £892. So if we add up all of these deductions here, that is a total deduction of £892. And if we do the maths with the taxable pay minus the actual deductions, what I actually get in my bank account is £2,661, but actually it's slightly more than that. They took £157 because of the strike action. So if we do 2,661 plus £157, my actual monthly salary should be around £2,800 normally when we're not striking. So £2,800 is what I earn as a second year doctor. As I mentioned, that's working probably on average 50 hours per week, sometimes more than that. That also includes working night shifts, working on-call shifts, working weekends, and basically sacrificing my health and my sanity sometimes to save lives. I'm not complaining there. I love being a doctor, but £2,800, if you ask me, guys, is not what we deserve at all. I have friends who work normal 9-to-5 jobs that earn way more than me with a lot less stress and a lot less responsibility. The reason why we are striking as junior doctors is because the pay simply is not fair and it's not enough. One of the ways that I've actually been able to improve my business and therefore increase my income is by learning new skills alongside my day job of working as a doctor. What I actually like to do during my downtime, apart from seeing patients, is actually using my time to be productive. And alongside my day job, what I've been doing is learning how to code using Brilliant, which is a free and easy way to learn math, data science and computer science in an interactive and fun way. For the last few weeks, I've been doing this foundational computer science course over Brilliant, which takes you through all of the basics of learning algorithms, programming, and computers as well. What I really love about Brilliant is that they don't just give you the theory to learn, they actually give you fun and interactive problems to solve in order to solidify all of the things that you've learned from all of the basic to the advanced classes that they have on Brilliant, and they actually add new lessons every single month. During my downtime as a doctor, I've actually been able to go through all of the basic lessons, and right now I'm learning about Python on Brilliant. And if you guys don't know, Python is one of the most common programming languages out there that allows you to create websites, create apps, do machine learning. There's a host of things that you can actually do with Python, and my aim is to use these courses to actually increase my side hustle and my businesses. When I first joined Brilliant, they gave me a quick quiz which actually identified me as a beginner. Surprise, surprise. But if you're actually someone who is more advanced, then Brilliant has custom content on there to suit your needs and allow you to learn at your own pace. pace. If you're someone like me who's interested in business or you have time to learn new skills, then Brilliant is an amazing way of doing this. They have a ton of lessons and learning content on there with topics from AI to computer learning, computer science, engineering, whatever thing you can think about, they have a huge amount of content on there. If you would like to try out everything that Brilliant has to offer completely free for 30 days and actually try out the courses that I've just mentioned, you can actually use the link on the screen or click down below in the description. And the first 200 people will also get 20% off their annual subscription. That's brilliant. Let's go ahead and get back to the video. Now let's go ahead and quickly compare how much this compares to when I was working as a first-year doctor, which was literally only a few weeks ago. Let's go ahead and look at my salary as a foundation year 1 doctor. So I'm not going to take you guys through all of the, everything you can see here, or everything we've already been through, but essentially my taxable pay for that was £2,400. They also took £530 from my salary in regards to deductions. So I was actually taking home £1,931 at the end of the month, again, which is super ridiculous because working as an F1, you still have on-call shifts, you still have a lot of responsibility, you still went to university for such a long time. So £1,900 to work that job it's crazy. It doesn't make sense to me. However, what I am happy about is that my salary has gone up by nearly £1,000 in my second year. So of course I am happy with that slight boost in salary. But if we actually look at what the British Medical Association says about our salaries, if you take away the on-call shifts, the night shifts, and all those extra shifts that you have to do as a doctor, let's actually look at the base rate salary for a doctor. So how much does a doctor actually earn from 9 till 5 p.m? How does it compare to a normal person working a normal job who only works from 9 to 5 p.m. without the weekends, without the on-calls? So comparing it to, let's say, I don't know, someone working in law or finance or working in a supermarket, for example. This is all public information you can find on the BMA website. This here is if a doctor, as I mentioned, was paid only from 9 to 5, how much would they actually earn? These numbers have actually only recently gone up because the government has mandated a 6% pay increase. It was actually £29,000 here in my first year, and it was £36,000 for my second year. So this has only just gone up. I did not earn this number in my first year, as I said, because the government has mandated a pay increase. As we can see here, a foundation year 1 doctor, which is a doctor who has gone through 5 years of medical school, who's just graduated, the base pay is actually £32,398. Which, as you can see, is actually slightly more than what I earned from my first year of working as a doctor, again because of that pay increase that the government has mandated. Now, a second year doctor should be earning £37,303. So that is roughly, £5,000 increase in your salary. And you can see all the way from the first year of graduating as a doctor to, becoming a specialty registrar, all the way down till, 10 years post-graduation down here. If we quickly jump to the end of a junior doctor salary. So this is someone who is what we call an ST8 or an SPR8. This is someone who is 10 years post-graduation from university. They have 10 years of experience as working as a doctor. They are earning £63,152. For someone who is so skilled, who has worked for 10 years post-graduation, is earning £63,000. This is not a junior doctor by any means, right? We call them junior doctors, but these people are not junior. They've been working as a doctor for 10 years. They actually save lives on a daily basis. They're the ones who run the hospital during the night when the consultants are not around. So as I said, these are people who literally have your life in their hands, who are making life and death decisions every single day, just as a doctor at my level would too, but at a much higher level. They're only earning £63,000, 152. Now, I'm gonna stop the video here. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I don't want this to be a political video, but I'm really interested to see what you guys as a viewer thinks about our salaries as a doctor. Please leave a comment down below and I'd reply to every single comment. I'd be really interested to know what you think. Let's have a discussion. But I hope this video has given you some insights on how much we earn as doctors. I hope this transparency has allowed you to think about what you want to do in your future, whether it's to actually come into medicine or to actually come to medicine from a different country to come work here in the UK. I love being a doctor. It's a fantastic job. This is purely the financial aspect of things. If you want to go watch my other videos where I talk about how I do enjoy my job and the rest of that, then go check out this video over here. Before you leave, please leave a like and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on to never miss another upload. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.